20 savages out there. I'll blend all of them. They listen to what the fuck I say. They killed me. Some of them shot motherfuckers yesterday. No Brace Bryant go back years. And listen, y'all know who he is. This is my little brother, Skinny Me. The notorious Skinny Me. That boy about 130 pounds of horror. I know this for a fact, man. And guess what? This is what I like about Skinny Me. This is what I like about Skinny Me music, man. It's just raw. And it's like reality rap.
Mafia.
Skinny Me going through a situation, and guess what? It's gonna be in the song. He's gonna make a song about it the same day. So I know that's why I feel it so much. I know it.
A reckless anthem.
When he said I killed the nigga and I did that, I seen him do it. When he said somebody try to drop on me, not wrestle him out for the gun,
man.
and I seen him do it. I know he did it for a fact. I had a job. I was shot niggas and everything. I'm still going to work. Everybody can shoot. Nobody likes getting shot. So when they shoot, you stand there and look at them. You give it back. You see that fucking fear in the guys. Get this out of here. Then you go to the block. Go to the block again tomorrow. In the morning. Then in the afternoon. Then at nighttime. Then you get phone calls. Hey, I quit. I don't want no more. Y'all niggas in too. All right, well, I will come around here again.
Most likely no pics, man. Most likely me, I beat it like Sopranos. I don't give a fuck if a nigga kid 1 or 40. I don't give a fuck about a nigga mom, pop.
Come to daycares.
That's the art of war, man. You know? I don't care about nothing. We ain't got no pics over this joint, man. I don't want to hit a nigga where it hurt. It's one thing about me. Call it on. I'm gonna hit you where it hurt. I promise you, man. Put that on my mom's soul.
History lesson. I went to war with the most dangerous people in my neighborhood. I went to their block. And we came to their block. And there was 6 of us. We was gonna murder everybody on the corner. Right? I didn't know one of my friends was on the corner. And we fired on the corner. And guess who's on the corner? One of my friends was on the corner. I fired on him. Turn the camera that way. No Brace Bryant was on that corner.
Facts.
What happened, No Brace Bryant?
Man, them niggas let that shit fly. And I got the fuck out of there. I'm gonna keep it a beam, man. You know, Allah was with me. You know what I'm saying? Because them boys was about 7, 8 deep. And I looked one way, I looked the next. And they was lined in the middle of the street, throwing the shit. I ducked down, rolled, kicked the motherfucking door with porch I was sitting on in, ran to the 3rd floor, took all my fucking clothes off and made sure I ain't got no fucking bullet wounds. I ain't feeling no hot shit.
This is a great...
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Ruchaha Kodash. I want to give double honors to that apostle, that is a great millstone who will well and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, sincere Akim, that are pushing this truth all over the 4 corners of the earth, week in and week out, in all truth and sincerity. Yeah, Jake is so proud to be wicked that they will snitch on their damn selves. And this complication of clips that you saw was from a former Philadelphia rapper called A.R. Ab, who currently is serving 45 years in prison, which he was locked up a couple years ago. Let's get into this article to get a little bit of background. It says, leader of Philadelphia drug trafficking gang and rap artist, quote, original block hustlers sentenced to 45 years in prison. And Esau has set up wonderful ways for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to incriminate yourselves and ultimately put you on his radar. I remember years back, Esau had this, it was part of the hip hop media. They would go around to various different cities and interview you know, the top drug dealers, you know, the ones who were committing the crimes and selling the drugs and had a little bit of money in their pocket. You know, some of them were hip hop artists, you know, rappers. Some of them weren't, and they would get these. If I can remember, I wish I could remember the name of that series they used to do back in the day. You know, Lord willing to be able to come back to my mind, but nevertheless, you know, they would go around to these various different cities and, you know, portray these individuals who would speak about all the things that they've done in the streets, you know, the money they got, how they're getting their money, this, that, and so forth, man. You know, and off the strength of that, which it still happens today, you know, a whole lot of warrants went out, a whole lot of indictments went out, you know, a whole lot of individuals got locked up in jail and prison. Okay. Now, let me get a scripture real quick. And I got a couple scriptures lined up. I want to start in Jeremiah, the 4th chapter. Let's go down to the 22nd verse. It says, "For my people is foolish." And this is talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all are very, very foolish. Here it is. You'll have someone literally get in front of a camera and talk about the criminal activity that they partake in. Even certain situations where these are crimes that are still open, where there's still investigations, where they're still searching for answers, you know, and openly speak about it in interviews and in your lyrics. And this is glorified in hip hop culture and rap culture. It says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are sottish children," which means they are stupid. And our people do these various different things for the views, for the notoriety, for a little bit of money in their pocket, a little bit of street credentials, street cred, or respect from, you know, their peers and the people that they hang around with. It says, "They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." And our people have learned very, very well from Esau Edom, because Esau has taught you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans how to be exceedingly wicked. And he's influenced you on a very, very high level. Okay, let's go over to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." So Esau has highly influenced our people to partake in various of his experiments, which ultimately, you know, went from experimentation to design. Okay, he set up an experiment, he took notes. All right, he crossed his T's and dotted his I's, and ultimately came up with the formula, with the design. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." And, you know, Esau, he set up leaders amongst our nation, put a little money in their pocket, gave them a title, gave them a name, gave them a little status, a little clout for you Israelites to look up to, but not only look up to model your lifestyles after. And moreover, Esau used hip hop, rap, and various other things on the earth as well to get you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans high on drugs, out there in the streets selling his product, beefing with your own people, murdering your own people, and ending up in these prison houses. Because Esau profits immensely off you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being in these jails and ultimately being in these prisons. Okay, just do your research on the prison labor programs and how much these prisons profit off of you Jakes being in their work programs where you're getting paid pennies. You're getting paid change to do jobs and make products that these prisons ultimately are charging top dollar and receiving top dollar. And also these prisons get grants from, I'm not sure if it's federal or state, for keeping the occupancy of their prisons at I believe it's a 95, it's either 92 to 95% occupancy rate. All right. So you got to ask yourself, how do these private prisons keep that rate up that high? Well, here you have it, man. Hip hop, rap music. All right. That is, these movies had a heavy influence, and still to this day has a heavy influence on how Jake acts, okay, and what he does. Let's go to Psalms 11, chapter 11, and let's go down to verse 5. It says, "The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth." Let's read that one more time. "The Lord trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence his soul hateth." Let's read on, verse 6. "Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and an horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness, his countenance doth behold the upright." And to the majority of our people, righteousness, the scriptures, the law, statutes, and commandments, that's not cool to them. And it doesn't seem profitable in their eyes. The only thing Jake has in his mind is making a bunch of money and, becoming a somebody, in predominantly Babylon the Great. Okay. Let's go over to Isaiah 51:20. It says, "Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of every," it's a lot. Let me read that again. Isaiah 51:20 says, "Thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all the streets, as a wild bull in a net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy power, Yahweh." So, you got our people involved in these gangs. You got them out there in these street corners, on these blocks, repping their shit, involved in gang activity, out there doing the bidding of the devil. And you do have agents amongst our people in these gangs as well, in these streets, pushing Esau's product, distributing guns, etc., and keeping the crime rate up, man. Because that's what Esau ultimately is doing, man. He wants that crime rate at a certain level. He wants to see, our people in some type of confliction mode, against each other, hating each other, at each other's necks. That's why Esau set up these gangs amongst you Israelites. All right. See, Esau doesn't have to come through your communities anymore and, burn your house down and hang you up on trees and do these various different things that he did in times past. He has our people doing it to themselves. Okay. And Esau sits back and watches, man. Like we read in the book of Habakkuk, man. He's put that bottle to thy lips, and he's sitting back looking at your nakedness, man. So Esau has set up all different types of traps and snares for you jakes to fall into. He set up these religions and these doctrines, and if you don't fall into that trap, if you don't fall in, to Christianity, Esau has other traps for you to fall into. The streets, drugs, or whatever it is. He wants you to be far away from not only who you are, being a Hebrew Israelite, but who your power is, and that these scriptures, this Bible, is for you. He wants you to be far away from that, man. He wants you to think that you're a real nigga. He wants you to seek some type of rest, comfort, and livelihood, riches in this life. And Esau puts a whole lot of time and energy into keeping you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans blind. All right. Matter of fact, let's go to this is 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world," and who is the God of this world? The God of this world is Esau, Edom. Pursuant to Job 9 and 24, this earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. It says, "In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not." So Esau has various different tactics and strategies and ways which ultimately were given to him on the left-hand side by the Most High Yahweh, into deceiving and tricking and leading you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans astray, ultimately because you are not part of that number. All right. There's a certain amount of Israelites that are going to be saved, and there's a certain number of Israelites that are going to be destroyed. It says, "In whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them." And a lot of us who are, in this truth, came from this particular lifestyle, came from the streets, came from, selling drugs, you know, seeing what we've seen on TV with, hip hop and rap music, and ultimately thinking that that's the path I want to take. That's the path and avenue I want to go. I want to become a rapper. I want to, make my way up, through the streets, from doing various different types of wickedness to ultimately become a millionaire, to ultimately be like the people we see, on the cover of the albums, people we see in the movies, the people we see on TV, because that's how they're telling us that they made it, right? But the Lord brought us out of that madness, Let's go over to Proverbs, the 12th chapter, and let's go down to the 26th verse. It says, "The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them." And, Esau uses all different types of seducing methods to get you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to go off, all right, to participate in wickedness, to look at wickedness as though it's right, as though it's good, as though it's lucrative, as though it's the way, okay? Let's close out on Wisdom of Solomon, 3rd chapter. Let's go down to the 15th verse. It says, "For glorious is the fruit of good laborers, and the root of wisdom shall never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, they shall not come to their perfection, and the seed of an unrighteous bed shall be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age shall be without honor. or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. For horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. So, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai and for wickedness and support Esau, Edom, and everything else that is against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the Lord has a horrible end for you, okay? A tormentive end to all you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that fall into the category of Zechariah, the 13th chapter. Let's get that real quick. So lock it. This is this is Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. All right, so 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be destroyed on this side. 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to taste that torment of fire that the scriptures speak about, okay? That lake of fire. Lord willing, that was edifying. To the next time, Shalom.